Good day, folks. Welcome to 406 Regen. The wind wasn't bad till I picked up the camera and got my phone and my mic and everything put together, but oh well. We're out here putting in posts. As you can see, we got that one right there. And that little point, all the field, the rocks, kind of got all pushed that way. So we're going to go ahead and finish driving this line to the post, and we're gonna go back and fix that one. We're gonna try driving a steel T-post, something just a little bit more rigid to kind of break up the rocks and the gravel, and we'll get that timeless in. But fence is doing good. It's life keeps getting in my way, but it's taking me a lot of time to do it here. This line's almost in. All the barbed wire has been taken off of the fence that went that direction. And we got 2 steel posts we have to drive in there, but the holes are already drilled out, so we're gonna pound them tonight. And sat down, had a conversation with my brother, and actually talked to a guy that built fence for quite a few years. I told him my distance and kind of what we was doing. He said it'd be worth a shot just to try to put in the one post up and down. I mean, it can be an experiment, right? If I have to, I'll just loosen my wires and put in the angles. So we're gonna go ahead and get these posts pounded in. Now the cool thing about the timeless fence post is you have a depth marker right there. So as long as you drive it into that depth, you know you're at fairly close to the right height, depending on how your ground lays. Got that going. It's giving us a little bit of trouble right now. It's not revving up very good. As you can tell, it's dying down. I don't know why. It's been working really good so far, but I think got a little bit of bad gas or something in it. But we'll get that driven in, and then I don't know. We got maybe 10 more posts here to get to the end of the line, so we're gonna, well, I guess we're gonna figure out what's going on with this. We just put different gas in it, and we'll work on figuring out what's going on with that. Get these posts driven in, finish that one. So this line's done. We're gonna loosen the wire. Got a wire here. Gonna loosen that. I'm not gonna put it back on the spinning Jenny. I'm gonna hook this end. No, sorry. I'm gonna hook by the spinning Jenny on that end, and we're gonna pull out. So then this wire gets drug all the way across, and then we're gonna turn it the other way. Redo the seals on the thumper in there, but that's not why it's not. That's not the problem. Why it's not running. So, worst case, we'll pound these other ones in by hand. Work on that later. We're gonna get ahead and do that. So, what my brother and I did do on this stretch of fence is we went along and we painted the ground. You see there's a white spot? We did it in kind of stages. My brother and I had, like we did last year, we had the 2 T-posts tied on a string at 20 foot. And we just went along the wire, marked them. And across this flat, a person could stretch that out. Especially if you were just running cows, you could run 30s, no problem. 30-foot spacing between the posts. But 20s look nice, and with the sheep and everything, it's gonna be good to go. All right, Got those pounded in. Don't be too concerned with how the tops look, because when you put the wire in, it'll straighten them all out, because these posts are so flexible. That's how it works. But if you don't look at the tops and you just go down the straight line, I think we did okay. Now we got to fix this guy down here in this bottom. Like I said, we're gonna try pounding in a metal T-post. Let's get down there. So this post and that post there, because you can tell this is a field edge, all the rocks would settle down in here. Major pain on these, especially this one. I mean, we've tried this post 7 times across, across this whole area. We'd try it in different spots. Same with that one there. Just a major pain. So we're gonna pound in a metal T-post, use a jack, lift it out of the ground, then pound in these, and that should get us pretty good. Probably going to also, we might have to put an X on this one here. You can see that the hill's got a little roll to it. I don't know if we're going to have the fence stretch that tight to where that's really going to matter. But we'll see. If we have to, we'll throw an X on one of these 3. Either that one there, that one, or this one we're working on getting in. And then we got to put an X on the other end for sure, just because it had one little steep little spot. So I was looking here in this coulee though, where we graze. Now of course this is drainage, right? The hills, the flat up there comes down and drains, but after having the sheep impact on it last year, whew, it looks gorgeous down here. It's soft. They trampled down that litter that was up here, and I mean that is gorgeous. You can pretty much tell. I mean, you can follow the coulee here where everything was at. We did run the cows across the top, and you can see there's little hot spots, if you will, where their manure and stuff was at, to where it's greening up. But these hills are a very good representation of what happens when you remove your animals from the ground. Okay? Now, other than last year, this had not had no animals on it because it didn't produce nothing. It had no animals on it the majority of my life. We'd have horses out, but they'd be on this 100-acre plot, and they would spend very little time on these knobs just because there ain't nothing here. So, for those that don't think Montana is not a desert, then you can tell me what that there is, because I'm pretty sure that's a desert plant. And up here, if those are growing, your land is pretty well at that desert stage. So I'm not worried about them. They'll go away. Prickly pear, I believe is what they are. They'll go away once we get armor on the ground, litter, and get the biology going. It'll change this area out here. A lot of these hillsides got those on it. Now, we don't have, like, the whole hillside's not covered, but you do want to make sure to watch where you're putting your knee down on the ground if you're working down on the ground. So, my brother's going to get the handyman jack. I guess it wasn't in our pickup, so I'll get back with you when we get it done, and we'll get this here post in, and Then on this post, this section, I think it was like 84 or 5 T-post. It's done, other than running wire. So the 2-person job, how we're doing it, is taken care of. Well, here's this post here. This one's in the ground. Now we're headed that direction. Put the other one in, and we're gonna rip out that line of post before dark. So we'll get to that. This guy, he walked a long ways here. He's tired. He was over at the truck sleeping in the shade. He thought maybe this looked better. I don't know. What do you think? You think this looked better? Yeah, big mutt. Look out now. We got to go the other end. All right, well, got this here section of fence all ripped out. From that way, barbed wire, post, all picked up, ripped out. Just got done going through and putting our X's in the little dips. I loosened the wire because this section right here, I just need to run the wire and tie it off now. So, what are you doing down there? Anyway, so then next we're gonna run the wire this way, fence post, and then the other direction. So, thanks for watching today's video.